All right, what's up, everybody? We're live. It is Sunday. Look at this, 2 Sundays in a row. Must be getting back into the swing of things. This lovely routine that we call life in Boomtown.
Is that what this is Boomtown?
That's what everyone keeps introducing it to me as. So, yeah.
Booming with weed.
Booming with weed. It's the new gold rush, apparently. All right.
All systems go. Prepare for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 billion.
Obscene, dirty, filthy, immoral.
What are you people? On dope?
Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2015, and my name is Matt.
I'm BJ.
Hi, BJ. You're still here.
Yeah.
How you liking it?
It's all right.
Good so far. This is episode 661. Very exciting. Chilling on a Sunday. We have somebody to come and talk to us with you guys. You may know him from the internet, from Comedy Central, from a podcast called the New York City Crime Report. You can see that right there if you're watching live. Pat Dixon joining us on the Jamhole. How you doing, Pat?
Oh, great. How are you?
Awesome, man. It has been years since I've seen you. We saw you open for a podcast way back in the day in New York, and you still live there doing your own thing now?
Yeah, producing shows. I've got a fun show at Caroline's that I do every week. Desperation tonight, where new talent shares the stage with Tired Old Dreams, and I have last Tuesday at the stage. Yeah, it's that's a fun show because there's music. You know, it's fun to have music on stage. We have a live band that plays everybody up and down. You know, so it's kind of an old-fashioned deal.
Saturday Night Live-esque with the whole band there just playing.
Right. Yeah, and they're fun. You know, they're fun people. Yeah, they've had problems, the band. You know.
What made you? Is it just the amazingness that is the Big Apple, or like what made you pick that type of format? It's interesting. I have a couple friends that do true crime shows, Mike Boudet and Sword and Scale, stuff like that, and obviously everyone likes Serial. But you kind of come at it from a different perspective. You're not trying to get to the bottom of things. You're trying to kind of almost show like the absurdity that is human interaction in this big city.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. I mean, you know, people take it very seriously when they you know, crime and stuff like that, and solving murders and shit. And I guess that's you know, fun for them or whatever. You know, I'm not really like I mean, I don't ever make fun of a victim or anything like that. Nothing about my show's mean-spirited. Talk about New York City Crime Report, but it's what it is it's jokes. It's true crime with jokes, and it's like the New York Post come to life. And the kind of shit that you would be saying with your friends if you're sitting around talking about that kind of thing in the paper. These stories are hard to take seriously, you know, when they, like a woman was in her hotel room and there's a knock at the door. It's a German violinist. He's naked and he strangles her. You know, there's instant humor in that. To me, you know, I'm not going to crack jokes about it on your show. I mean, it would.
Oh no, I've always been of the mind.
This is the show to crack the jokes.
I've always thought
compromised my integrity as a journalist, but we did cover that story on the last episode. It's a crimereport.nyc is where people can find it if they're curious, you know, about Crime Report.
That's cool. I've always thought that, like, if you can't laugh at the worst of everything, like, just what's the fucking point? I mean, if you can't, people stress out about the dumbest shit, and I get, like, sure, having someone maybe try and murder you is something legit to stress out about every now and again, but if you can't
I'd say if you can't appreciate the arts, take it to Orlando, you know?
Exactly. That's awesome. I definitely listened to the last episode that you guys had, and you had Bobcat Goldthwait on, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was one of our classic Crime Report episodes that I re-released, and those episodes got taken down by Cave Comedy Radio, so they're only available, you know, when I throw them up. And also on the Patreon account, which people can come on to. We have a Patreon account, and that's where kind of the back catalog is like moving in slowly. We're you know, still doing a transition, but there's like you know, it's like 30 episodes up, you know, right now. And Bobcat, what a great guest he was. You know, I mean, like he didn't do a lot of prep, and then he knew everything, and he's really an amazing deep guy, like really
Man of the
entertaining.
city. Definitely a man of the city. What happened? Was this like some YouTube like cease and desist automated takedown notice, or like why did you have to take a bunch of stuff down?
Well, it was we were at Cape Comedy Radio, or I was for a long time, and it was great. It was a great relationship. I used to do the show with another guy there, and you know, after a while, I guess people's priorities change, and he had some other shows that he kind of wanted to work on, and I wanted to you know, work on mine the way that I wanted to work on it. So we just kind of went our separate ways. But he was also, it's like when your co-host is also kind of like the guy doing all the, you know, he was the station manager or whatever. You know, I thought, well, I better just, you know, move off the network, and that'll give me an opportunity to kind of like record when I like and things like that. You know, I mean, like he added a lot of, there's like 15 shows on the network. It was getting so you couldn't even get into the studio.
Wow. And he's like, those are mine because they were recorded here, so you have to just kind of start over or keep taking them down and putting them up.
I mean, you know, he was pretty cooperative. He just was, you know, on his own schedule, and so like he didn't really give me a heads up that he was going to take the episodes down. No big deal, you know. Would have liked to have known, so people didn't have to like kind of have that transition period. But that, what the hell? I have possession of the catalog, and that's good, as it is mine, and that's it. You know, I mean, but that was sort of that period when, you know, it's weird when you have all this stuff up, and then you hear on Twitter people are like, "Oh, hey, where's all the shows?"
Yeah.
And I was really flattered with how immediate that was, you know, because people really do like to go back and marathon the show and stuff, and I'll be glad when I get them all back up so people can enjoy that again. You guys have like 600 episodes
of this show. Yeah, we got a weed show and an Android show. It never stops. It's what happens when you live in small towns. You find other outlets, right?
Right.
But it's like some people will pay a hosting company to like automatically monitor their site. I just have people that will send me angry messages that's like, hey, your shit's down, asshole. Feed your fucking hamster or some shit like that. It's like, oh, I better go reboot something.
Yeah. That's, I mean, the fans are in really close contact with the creators of the entertainment now. So in our case, anyway, you know.
That curtain been completely lifted. It's like, oh shit, there's an angry mob on the other side of that fucking thing, and they all want something.
Yeah. The fans of New York City Crime Report are great. I think they're the best people. I mean, and I'm sure you feel the same way about people who are entertained by you guys. But you know, for me, it's really been an experience to, like, once I'm away from the network, I feel like now that I'm just independent at crimereport.nyc, it's a chance to really, you know, have contact with them a lot more, you know, and I find that they reach out to me more and I reach out to them more, and I think it helps. I think it helps the show, helps people, you know, enjoy it more. And
have you gotten any of them try and get themselves on the show in any odd manner? I've heard other shows like Distorted View, for one. He's been around since '06, and there's been a couple times where he's read a story and then later they've gotten a voicemail and they've been like, oh, that was this kid, he was a listener. It's kind of odd when that happens, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, my show is a little different because it's not really so much geared towards a general sort of a guest that much.
Yeah,
you know, like, but yeah.
But, I mean, if someone dressed up in like a land shark suit and went and murdered 3 people and then sent you a tweet and was like, hey, check the news, you know, something like that.
Oh, sure, yeah, I would have that person on in a minute, yeah, of course.
I just feel like you get to a certain amount of popularity and statistics, like that's bound to happen eventually, but not yet.
Not yet. No, not yet. I mean, like, I'd love to take credit for some of this crime, you know, but so far we're just reporting it and not writing it.
I would love to take credit for half of this crime. It's like Bane in the background, just like manipulating the town here. That's great. What do you bring some of that into your stand-up, or are you still? Is that still completely separate? Like, do you find?
Oh, I bring as much of it in as I possibly can.
Bring it all.
Yeah, as much as I can, and it is a challenge because a lot of the humor in Crime Report, when I do it as the podcast, it is in the reporting nature of it, you know. Sometimes it's just in like a way that you turn a phrase that on a stand-up stage might not, the humor would be lost. You know, people have to be very focused on it.
And they're locals, right? You never know. Someone may be like, "That was my brother," and then you're gonna get followed home one night. You know.
The chances of that are pretty remote, but you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, it's almost for sure that would happen at some point. That I have had.
It's gonna be in the back of your head every night you're on stage. You're gonna be like, "Which one is it gonna be?" Ah, that fucker.
You know, the problem almost is too many tourists in the clubs are like, you have to remember that they don't really all necessarily ride the subway, or something, But they're usually amused by any observations that you can make that they're, like sort of, which seems immediately novel to them.
Oh, I'm sure they're like, I saw a seaman on the subway also. Ha ha ha. Jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, there's usually some semen. And also, I do relationship stuff, and, that I still try to, there's always going to be a little of that, talking about marriage, and because I've had 2 failed ones, and I have a new girlfriend that I'm sort of trying to transition into be the thing I'm talking about, but nothing especially funny has happened yet. It's just a lot of falling in love so far, but I mean, it's there, but you lean on the classics, and that's where the pain is. It's 2 marriages and attempted murder and stuff.
Everyone can relate to at that point. Like, oh yeah, I had a shitty relationship. I like to call them successful bachelorships. So it's all about how you frame it, trying to live life more positively.
That's a good way to look at it. It is good, positive. Yeah, I mean, I think about it. If it wasn't for this woman who tried to murder me back in 2004, I'd probably still be out there banging it out in Missouri tonight.
No shit. See, it's the little things. It all adds up to the butterfly effect eventually. Now you're here talking to us on the show.
Sometimes you need people in your life, and you have to be grateful for that. Yeah.
What do you want that to turn into? Like, do you feel like it's something you really enjoy doing, or has it lost some of its glamour, I guess?
You mean stand-up?
No, sorry, the podcast. Like you said, you went your way with it, and like you wanted to focus on something a little different. That podcast. Like, what do you want it to be? What are you trying to do with it?
Well, what I want to do is grow it organically. I wanted to, I always feel like what everybody wants to do is take it and go, okay, here's the show. And it's 27 minutes, and it's a 1 camera, single camera, 2 camera, and all that garbage. And I don't really have strong feelings about any of that. I think that you can make a successful show at a New York City Crime Report a lot of different ways. And I am interested in doing that, but I want it to, I want it to become that as it becomes that. And so really what I'm interested in doing now is adding a larger audience for my show, 1 fan at a time. And everybody who begins to follow the show and listen to it, I think, they normally go, wow, I want to go back and hear all the old episodes. This is great. I mean, the kind of people who like it love it. And, most people who are attracted to it do end up liking it. And I heard from somebody recently, they said that, after 1 episode, I was kind of like, oh, I don't really know. And then, it was the second one, third when it got some traction. Mm-hmm. There's a humor to it. It sounds, to make fun, the saying that we go as robbery. It's like a little slogan. It's on the back of the T-shirt, which I sell. Robbery, murder, rape, hilarious.
Yeah,
and people good. People get really hung up on rape being hilarious. It's funny, but that murder being hilarious doesn't really bother them. But the fact that rape is on the list.
I feel like Looney Tunes softened that blow while we were kids. Murder constantly. You never saw in Looney Tunes though was rape. I mean, maybe a little Pepe Le Pew, but not as much as murder. So
that's true. You never saw any actual penetration.
No, it was all dry humping and chasing that cat. That's all it fucking was.
I think you solved it. I think that's it. We need to be desensitized to rape.
That could be it.
I'm doing my part to do that, yeah. Maybe an animated version of New York City Crime Report would be the way to go.
There you go. Cartoons raping other cartoons. Yeah.
But for children.
Well, right. So softcore. So basically what you're saying is you're slowly turning into Jake Gyllenhaal from Nightcrawler, and you're going to invest in a camera and start following around all this crazy crime and actually filming it up
I
close.
haven't seen that particular movie. It sounds interesting.
I feel like this is the road, the slippery slope you might be going down. It starts out, just you take a picture here and there. Maybe a place buys it from you for $100. You get that taste, and then next thing you know, you're out there running down, cars and taking film of them for news at 11.
Speaking of that, I mean, like that's what journalism is really coming to, and isn't it? Like a voyeuristic kind of like, this is the shit that I saw kind of thing.
Yep. Like eventually you could just build a community and wire it up with cameras and then just cut to whatever camera some shit's popping off in at any given time throughout the whole community, because there's enough people that at any given time some shit is happening.
Right.
It does sound like a lot of work.
Oh, so much work. It's like some Truman Show shit. Yeah,
point my iPhone into people's windows, which is legal actually. They got a ruling on that. Did you see that?
No, is that in New York?
A guy was taking pictures into his neighbor's window, and he made like a whole museum thing, and like what do you call it when you put stuff in a museum? Sometimes I can't think of words that are really obvious. I think I have Asperger's.
We must all be on the spectrum here a little bit then, because I don't know.
Fucking
a display.
Display?
A display. Somebody call her. Somebody. When it's not a what is Webster watching. But he did a whole thing, and like they went to court, and it's legal to do that, and the laws against it are so outdated they don't apply anymore with what the judge ruled. They were like from 1901, so you can, if you want to take pictures into somebody's window, let her rip.
Selfie sticks, dude. They're not just for selfies anymore.
Ah,
like peeping that thing up on like a little periscope, like now.
People look right into each other's windows here. I don't know what it's like in your town, but like I got to New York and I was like, I can't believe all the windows I can see. I had an apartment building in Chelsea. I'm looking right across the street, naked woman. It's my third day in town, and I looked into that window at that time every day for the next 6 months.
Writing it down, charting her.
Never saw it again for 6 months. And finally, 6 months later, another one, and so
like bird watching.
Yeah,
I feel like the neighbor up the street just got himself a drone for that purpose. If you have the money, if not, you go with the selfie stick. But sometimes you get a couple drones just constantly monitoring. I have it programmed to follow my neighbor actually, so it just always.
Yeah, they might pick up on it, but then again, the drones will be so common pretty soon. I had a good idea with my Chris Laker has got this show This Week in Jackin'.
Sounds good though. All about
exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. A friendly drug dealing drone would be like a Disney movie type animated thing.
Ooh, like a Tinkerbell that just comes in like cocaine dust everywhere, and like, oh, here's some crack for you guys, and PCP, and here's some weed, and man, that's a good idea.
If you're watching this, don't write a screenplay because Chris is going to be really pissed if he doesn't.
Right, copyright Chris. What's his name?
Laker. This Week in Jack. Yeah, he also has a show called Heteronormative.
What? The people that are the best at naming stuff. Holy shit, Pat.
Heteronormative is about gay people. He has a gay guest every week, and he talks about gay stuff. And Chris is this guy. He's kind of like a dirtbag persona, not a dirtbag, but a dirtbag persona. And he's so this being gay thing, that's just, he sounds like Ratso Rizzo a little bit. He's from
Gilbert Godfrey, sort of. Tell me about
the thing about anal sex. I mean, why do you want it in your ass? I mean, how does it work?
Get on your dick all the time. Awesome.
It's a really interesting window into that whole lifestyle.
Do they know that, or is it kind of like an ambush? Like they know they're getting drilled on their sexuality?
No, they know exactly what they're getting into, and he's friendly.
What they go for. They go there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's friendly. He's not making it awkward or anything. I didn't make it sound like that. But I mean, it could be awkward sometimes.
I mean, how awkward could it be, right?
He's got like 6 podcasts right now, so I don't mean to just constantly sing the praises of Laker.
No, other people's podcasts are much better than our own, man. We know this from experience. I do enjoy the people that like will do like 6 or 7 and then see what kind of sticks. You can see which ones they actually give a shit about and maybe which ones they are just like, okay, well, fuck it. We'll see if this. It's pretty amusing.
I kind of did that in the beginning. Now that I think about it, I had a second podcast, and I think we did about 8 or 10 episodes of it and never used it. It was called Don't Rush Me, I'm High.
What? And you never used it?
Never used it. Great interviews, too.
That audio, I'll use it for something.
I need to get those. Yeah, that would be an interesting series.
Yeah, there's a site called Stuff Stoners Like. I've been doing a lot of weed reviews here in Washington. There's a couple recreational shops within distance, so I go there and buy their top strains and then review them. But he wanted to do like some sort of podcast of that, and that's a pretty good name. That would be some good content. Are you still into weed or what? You
No, I don't smoke weed anymore. I was smoking weed there for
right because you were not drinking when I met you, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I haven't drank in
still.
I don't know. God, it's April. What is the date? It's almost 19 years. No, it's not that long. It's 15 years. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive considering being a comic and being in places with drinks and being friends with people that may want to encourage certain drinking behavior. To hold out, I am not that strong. That's impressive.
You don't think
See,
you can go to
that's
the
no, the bar. I couldn't go to like a fucking pharmacy all the time and not want pills. But I mean, once you're, it's just that's in your brain. So yeah,
you have friends that would encourage. The good thing about me, I have no friends. So
well, that makes it easy then. I just encourage myself.
Yeah,
we're doing good today, self. Get a reward. Have a shot.
Yeah. Shots go with every kind of emotion, really.
Yeah, right.
Cigarettes. That was the tough thing.
Are you smoking cigs still?
No, I quit those too, but that was by far the hardest. That was in.
You quit with cigs, or did you quit like a man?
Quit like what?
Did you quit using e-cigs, like those vapor sticks that everyone uses?
Didn't even exist when I quit smoking.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Thank God, I've never even tried one of those.
Man.
Yeah. So I quit. Did you say quit like a man?
Quit like a man without.
Quit like a man. Yeah. Chewing gum and masturbating.
Chewing gross gum and jerking it.
Same time.
Fuck yeah! I read a book about it.
How to get the stick of gum out while I'm still jerking it? So you can get that silver wrapper off of a piece of Big Red.
I like to stick it on the wall like a target and see if I can hit it.
It's funny, man, because you got all this like energy and like negativity or fear, or whatever it is that as an addict, you're pushing. It's like a balloon and you're pushing air around. So it usually comes out someplace. So if you quit everything, then like I don't know where it goes.
All at once, like a Band-Aid, just tear it off real quick and.
I put about a year between the drinking and smoking, about a year and a half. And then I did that for a few years, and I didn't even drink coffee for a couple of those years. And then for some reason I got a wild hair in my ass and decided I'd smoke some weed. And I did that for a couple, 4 years. It was, 2 years that lasted 5 years or something. I don't know. Maybe it was like but it was just the last few, and then on and off, kind of. And then I don't know, man. I smoked it when I was a teenager, and then I smoked it again as because I was like, what am I trying to prove here? In my late 30s, and then I don't know, man. It made me so slow. It finally slowed me down so much that I had to stop.
And how old are you? How old are you now?
44.
Okay. See, I'm going to be 40 here in like the next 5 years. So I'm trying to keep track of all of the people I know that have already done that. And I'm taking like a list of all the shit that's about to get fucked up on my body and then like averaging it out and seeing like what the worst that I need to really prepare for is.
Nah, I'm in great shape. No, nothing bad happened to me at all.
Awesome. Because my list points to a lot of butt problems and a lot of like brain problems. So I don't know, maybe it's the people I'm polling, but a lot of like forgetfulness and then a lot of just plumbing is just not working well.
If you have some problems with your butt, you're going to have some problems with your brain, I think,
Yeah, those may correlate. So as soon as you start having butt problems, be sure to let me know so I can add you to that list.
Everything butt-wise is all the same as it ever was.
That's good to hear, Pat.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
So I'm trying to think. Has there been anything? I got on a plane in 2012, and then my neck hurt until about 4 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Where the fuck did you fly to?
When you get
France?
a sore neck, it just lasts longer. That's what I found.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
Mine go away in about 3 days, and I noticed they are starting to take a little longer, so that might be it.
Yeah, I met a woman named Mandy Statmiller, and I've been seeing her since like February. She's just the best, and I don't know what it is. If she either lowered the stress in my life, or something. I don't know what it was, but my neck has been fine since dating her. I attribute it to her.
Is this the new love of your life?
New love of my life, yeah. Probably will be my third ex-wife, or But
Did you meet her on the subway?
I didn't. I met her years ago. She doesn't remember it. I mean, I think I just saw her, and then we went on our first date. She was doing sort of a, there's a very, I'm not really sure exactly how much to say about it, but it was for some sort of thing. And it wasn't an official date. It was an official date, but there was a pretense for it, and she didn't know that she liked me yet. But I mean, like I had a lot of inside information. I knew that she'd be into it. Like I could tell that we would have a lot in common. She has a podcast called News Horror. Okay. So I thought, I'm into the news horror. That's perfect. And she used to work for the New York. She's a former New York Post writer, which is where this font came from. She's a reporter. You see,
she's
this
an actual journalist.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
awesome.
I'm an actual journalist, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, no, me too. I got badges for conferences that say journalist. How much schooling did you go to for your journalist badge?
Well, here's what I did. I did go to a couple of years of college for journalism, and then I switched.
Okay.
To,
well, I
alcoholism.
thought you were just like kidding, because I didn't at all. But you're like,
well, I say it kind of ironically, because because you're right. She did get paid to be a reporter for the New York Post, and she writes for. She's a writer. She has a series that she's doing called Tia Meyer's. It's about our relationship, and I tell you, it's a little unnerving the way she flies really close to. I mean, she's just everything's true, and it.
Does that make you self-conscious when you guys are hanging out that like you're gonna fuck up? You're gonna be like, "Fuck, that's going in the book. Damn it." And then like trying to find her pieces of like notes that she writes down and like getting rid of those ones.
I'll never find those. I'll never. She doesn't take notes. She just she pays attention and
just
and
film everything.
Yeah.
Wears like GoPros on her head and yeah.
Yeah, she's got a brain that just it all comes out. And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said you gotta pay attention. You gotta keep up with you guys.
Oh right, yeah. She's always on it. Yeah, she's got that reporter mind too. I mean, like she's used to like asking the right questions and retaining information and shit like that. She's like a human tape recorder.
I feel like those people are harder to just bullshit answers to. Like most people, you can just bullshit answers to. I feel like those kinds of people will be like, "Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Hold on," and then they will press you more. Like you can't just bullshit your way out of some nonsense with her.
No, absolutely not. She'll never tolerate it. And like I knew that I never lied to her the moment I met her, because taller than me.
Right? That's verified sources, and you're taller than me.
But she really is like she is a no bullshit person, and like when you know somebody like that who like you can just sense it. Like there's no way to lie to this person. They can tell.
Are you a terrible liar, Pat?
You know what?
See, he's lying right now.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm trying to think of when lying was a big part of my life in like 2003.
When you were a lawyer, what were you doing back then?
No, when I was married, I was married.
Right. Much the same debates and arguments.
Newly sober. And married, and no, I mean, boy, this is getting deep. But you know, in a relationship, it's so important to, like, you guys are in a relationship, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so you have to be honest about the shit you need, because if you're not, then you begin to like go. You naturally will, when something fills that need or feels like it could fill that need, you sort of like kind of get an interest for that, right? And so I was never able to do that. I was never able to like verbalize that because I didn't even know that I needed something. I just knew like I was unhappy. You know.
Hold on, they don't read minds. I just internalize what I need, and then it appears.
That would be nice, right? Yeah, that's what I think that's what I expected, you know. But you know, she like my wife's mother died, right? And like she just disappeared. And I you know, like I was like, "What's wrong? Anything wrong?" She's like, "No, everything's fine. No, everything's fine. No, everything's fine." Right? And like she would never talk or do anything. And it's like I was all by myself, you know. I felt alone and yet married. And then I go on the road. I'd be gone for 2 weeks at a time. I'd come back and I'd say like, "Hey, how's it going? You want to hang out?" And she's like, "I got to watch Friends. I got to watch ER. I got to watch." You know, she had a routine established, and you know, I mean, we just kind of maybe we just grew apart, but you know, I didn't know how to. So being a good liar, I'm a good liar if somebody is really gullible. I think, you know.
So when you met her, were you drinking at that point?
Oh yeah, I was. In fact, I told her that drinking was a huge part of my life, and that I would appreciate it if she would never have any opinion about that.
Well, there's a huge
good,
difference
though.
in your life. Like right there is just enough to like fuck up a relationship, friendship,
That's-
relationship, or anything in general.
What do you mean to say something like that?
No, to go from like drinking a shit ton and her like being okay with that to you not drinking, like you become.
Oh, she didn't like the sober Pat, and you guys
No,
grew
no,
up.
no. She. Well, you know what? Maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't like the sober Pat, but the sober Pat was like more communicative and more, you know, like better, obviously, you know, more aware. Maybe that's why she didn't like it. But it wasn't so much about that, I think, as it was just.
It's hard to reinsert yourself into a routine that's been established, you know, like if you're away all the time and then you come back, she's already doing her thing. And then to try and reinsert into that, it seems you got to break up.
You know what? It's funny now that you mention it, though, that she really didn't encourage me to get sober. You know, she kind of like was like.
Like, now that I think about this,
She didn't like the sober Pat. Hold on, I got to make a phone call. Hold on. That bitch.
It took some getting used to because, like, just how you have your own denial, they have denial for you. You know, somebody who is like an enabler type person, and I think that's how it was. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I think I want to get sober. I think I might have a drinking problem, and she laughed, and she's like, I mean, come on. She goes, you might have like a little drinking problem, but you don't need to like go nuts here.
I wouldn't even call it a problem per se. I mean, maybe a little issue. It's just a thing. It's a little thing. You take.
Said you were sorry, you know.
It's not even a thing anymore.
Let me get you a beer. Relax.
Hold on. Let's go. You want to go get a drink? We'll go get a drink.
And she never drank, but you know, it was boring. Like you'd sit around and drink and watch TV and listen to music, and I was that kind of a drunk. Yeah. Go shoot pool.
Yeah.
Just I never did anything fun. I have a picture of me the last week that I drank. I was working with Greg Giraldo down in Austin. And it's he and I and another and some woman, and I don't know who that is. And it looks like I ate Greg Giraldo. Like I'm huge, a big bloated guy. I mean, do not look happy. I look way older then than I do now.
That big?
Yeah, I say 230 or something.
Really?
Fuck, the sugar from alcohol is ridiculous.
Damn.
Like the way it's like stays in your body, like it's ridiculous.
And makes
It's terrible for you. And not only that, but like I mean, like I drank. So I was drinking scotch a lot of, you know. And I remember that week in Austin. Like Saturday night, I came in and I was like, "Can I get a Miller Lite and a you know, whatever kind of scotch I was in?" And they were like, "There's no more. You drank all the scotch."
Whoa.
All the scotch. He said it twice. He was like, "You drank all the scotch."
Like he didn't believe himself saying it. Like, hold on. You drank all the scotch.
The trace of concern in it. Yeah. And I was like,
you had better go order some more so that I can continue drinking the scotch.
I was like, don't tell anybody.
This is our little secret. That's awesome. I saw this interesting. I kind of want to see what you think about this. Living in a city that has a lot of tourists, and I, coming from Montana, we had a large ski resort there, and lots of tourists and everything. These scientists basically developed a thing that like it plugs into your head, you wear it, and then it's things that go on your legs. And they can actually just control where you're going with it. So hypothetically, let's say you're a tourist in a new place and you're like, I don't know where to go. I can't read the signs. You just like strap on your little robot leg things and tell it where you need to go, and it'll walk you there.
Well, I'm already seeing that tourism is really not what this was created for.
No, you don't think so?
I think they're testing it on tourists, but they mean it for
clearly
your average guy. Yeah, when they need us all marching into war or something like that, or
No, you guys, the battlefield's this way.
Yeah. I don't want to do it.
That was kind of the first thing I thought of, is that like somebody's gonna hack into this and we're gonna have lemmings jumping off of a bridge, and it's just gonna be like. And that's going to be the new tourist thing. Like, let's go see. Yeah, let's go see everyone jumping off the bridge. Oh, that's pretty. Nice. Look at how their screams set against the nice sunset.
I'm trying to even visualize what this looks like, what you're talking about.
It's basically just a helmet and then some leg cuffs. And they say instead of an electrical pulse that's used to stimulate the muscle, it runs from the inside of the knee to the top of the outer thigh. When that muscle contracts, it pulls the leg out and away from the body, which will make you turn either left or right, depending on which leg they target. They say the contraction happens on the upswing and feels like a gentle tug in one direction, and it is very easy to override for now.
For now, yeah. All they got to do is crank up to 10.
It's the gentle guiding hand of your tourist god saying, the gift shop is this way.
That's true. If they could maybe put it on the small of my back, and then just like make it go up and down.
I think they make those. They're called massagers. They're called.
Well, I was thinking about something that would make my body actually like go up and down. So I could fuck without having to try so hard.
Right. So I could fuck while I'm asleep. I like that. They said the device has been shown to work on students who were successfully steered through a park in Hanover by some researchers that were using a mobile phone to send Bluetooth signals to the electrodes. Well, at least they're using secure technology and not just some off-the-shelf bullshit.
Oh, no, yeah, cell phone, sure. Yeah, that's secure.
Android and Bluetooth.
Whoever is doing this should be murdered.
You know what it's called?
I didn't say that. It's satire, but
No, wait until you hear the name and then say that again. It's called cruise control for pedestrians.
Okay, now I'm on board. Now It's a good idea. That's okay. I want to buy stock, in fact.
In sport, right? In sports, for example, you could steer long-distance runners via different jogging trails on different days for increased variety and enjoyment.
You fucking kidding me?
That's the application they're seeing, long-distance runners?
Yes.
Or Nazis.
Or, hypothetically, for people to take long walks off of very short piers that don't want to. Now you can control them. You guide them. You gently guide them.
I'm trying to imagine what that would feel like, and I bet you resisting it. This is very dangerous. This is extremely dangerous.
I don't know what it'll ever feel like because it ain't happening.
Not happening. You're not putting those on my legs. Human sat nav. That's creepy shit.
I bet you it covers your feet. I don't want my feet covered.
No.
That's the problem. I don't like things to cover my feet.
I don't.
Turning around, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
Just foot coverage. You don't like shoes?
No, I hate shoes.
She walks around barefoot, which is weird. I can't handle that. I can't even think about it because
you have an even number of toes.
Like the forest, I will walk through the forest.
It's kind of a
forest.
You hillbilly?
Yeah. I can do limited things barefoot. I can't. I put shoes on to sit and work at my desk. I always have shoes on.
I can take a shower. I can sleep. Sometimes I'll swim. That's about all I do without shoes on. Otherwise, the world is a dirty, gross fucking place.
You see women walking around New York City, they get a little tired of the heels, you know, and then they take them off so they can like walk around.
See, that's the thing. Why would you even get heels? Because eventually your feet are gonna get sore.
It's for that ass.
So why don't you just run around in your fucking bare feet?
Because in women's crazy mind, somehow the comfort of shoes is overridden by the look of that ass in those heels.
It pops your calf out too.
Fine, and I
yes,
don't really
your
give
ass
a
is
fuck.
just too big, and it doesn't matter.
Like, I just don't give a
You
fuck.
probably that.
Your ass, fine.
Let's stand up and let's get an opinion here.
Yeah, what's he give up?
There's not enough room. Another day.
Bumping mics and shit.
Yeah, that's that you see people when I see people walking around barefoot in the city. I think, wow, that's got to be a shortcut to like tetanus at best.
I think get a job, you fucking hippie. No, we actually just recently we met this guy. He used to be a landscaper, and he was doing some landscaping, and he got pricked by a syringe and got HIV from it. And now, like 13 years later, he went through classes to do his own kidney dialysis because some of the medication like killed his kidneys, and it was this whole big thing, all because he pricked his little finger on a little stick in some fucking some AIDS dirt there in somebody's yard.
So,
but
see,
I can't walk barefoot.
Hands.
That
like,
kind of shit. I'm not. No,
hands.
put
like,
some fucking shoes
whew,
on.
So everybody has
Wait, how could that be? I didn't think it could live outside the body.
Yeah, I don't know. He got pricked by it, and there must have been some sort of blood in.
Or that's the story.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the story. But no, he's got to go. Crazy.
I didn't say that. You should bleep that out. Take that out for the actual podcast. I think.
I didn't even.
Take out the last several minutes.
Take out the last half hour.
Now I'm smart again.
Let's. Oh, there we go. Glasses on.
Scholarly.
Kids, Pat, do you have kids? You don't have kids.
No.
You want kids, Pat?
No,
that a boy.
Yeah.
I read things like this, and of course, Florida. I mean, just that's just the state. But like, this mother takes away. She's got a 13-year-old son, right? Kids are on their cell phones all the time. She takes the phone away. The kid goes and gets like a bat and goes out to the car and like just wrecks her Honda, her '01 Accord, just windshield, bumper, roof, all that shit. And then he took off. He ran away from home. And then like a few hours later, he came back. He's like, I'm hungry. Oh, man.
It wasn't that bad.
I'm never having kids. I read that kind of shit.
I just saw a story. I mean, that's pretty bad. You know, somebody wrecking your car like that. You know, you fucking like,
over a phone, over a fucking phone. Like, I'm playing a game.
Well, it's how much into the phone that she let him get in the first place. Like, he's a little kid. He can use a fucking flip phone to call home.
Yeah.
Like, phone home. Leave that as your phone.
I don't know if I can put that on the mom for trying to get the kid a nice phone, but I'll say this. You know, like we had a guy here who he raped a relative. It doesn't say what relative it is, but he raped a relative, and then his mom said that she was going to testify against him, so he killed her.
So the relative wasn't his mom, or was it?
No. She was going to testify against him for raping, you know, the cousin or daughter or niece or whoever it was. Yeah, so
we get up there and blow everyone's mind, and be like, "He raped me, Your Honor." Nah, the whole court just like,
it wasn't rape. I wanted it.
I wanted it, and I'm pregnant with his child.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. We're all supposed to have sex with our moms.
It's we all, or if we can't, at least someone that is reminiscent of our moms.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then he took a baseball bat and he beat up her Honda. So it was double bad.
And then he wrecked that,
fucked up her car.
Which is ironic because now he has to walk to school tomorrow because obviously the car doesn't run.
Gonna feed his hunger.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Well, guess what?
This guy was a grown man.
Grown ass man.
He was a grown man. You get to a certain age, don't kill your mom. You know, just cut that shit out.
That's right. Time will do that for you.
Like, rape a relative. You know, kill relatives.
That's something else though, right? That's something deep seated that happened. That's environmental. I feel like I don't think you were born then you just want to get your fuck on with your parents or your relatives like that.
Well, maybe if they're like, it depends on how nice they are to you, you know.
Right. Or if they're long lost, right? Like you had a sister and you didn't know and you met this chick at a bar, classic movie, right? And then you guys are like hitting it off. It's like, wow, we are so in sync. And then they do it and then they give birth to like Flipper Baby.
I'm getting hard, actually.
Right. And then that Flipper Baby. And then
you fuck the Flipper Baby, yeah. You know, how about this? Like a Flipper Baby can't jerk you off, though. It'd have to like flip you off.
Right. Or you trumpet or swan on it and slit its little thing, so it could either trumpet or swim.
Yeah, I mean, nobody cares about a Flipper Baby's feelings. You know, better off dead, really.
They don't have feelings. Come on.
They're animals. Let them lose their souls.
We saw some sea lions the other day that kind of reminded me of that. They're like dogs, but they're Flipper Baby versions of dogs because their back paws haven't fully formed. They're like mermaid dogs. They're weird. And they just like wallow all over each other and bark and like bite at each other. And they all like have this half retarded bark sound. And every now and again, they will all synchronize and it'll be like one like, and then it'll like go back out of sync again. Oh man, it's very hypnotizing.
Yeah, that's eerie when you think about it, that kind of group mind. But you know what? It's very much like the internet, isn't it?
Yes, we are that group mind of retarded sea dogs.
Yeah. All of us like, I mean,
bite.
We're all gonna be dead, you know. But how about this? You talk about fucking your relatives. Okay. Ooh. What do we have? You know, they have those Freaky Friday movies where like somebody changes place with their like dad or whatever, and then they have to go be their dad has to go be them. So we do it first of all as a drama. So you know, it's a tough sell already.
Like a Lifetime movie. I like it.
Not a wild comedy, and it's like a 12-year-old boy who switches places with his mother somehow through something. So he's in his mom's body, and she's him. In high school, say, or something, freshman. So, you know, she goes around negotiating the problems of being a teenager. She's pretty good. She actually, you know, helps him out because, you know, like say he's not doing so good in the class, she'll just blow the professor, right? You know, whatever, yeah. And then like she starts having sex with some of his teachers because she's, you know, sexually experienced. You know, she's just in the body of a boy. And you know, the kid is the mom, and now the mom like takes on all these kind of like fun qualities like a teenager. Like she likes to play video games and have fun instead of be a cunt, right? Ooh. So like they're divorced, so like the dad and mom are separated, and now the dad starts to get interested again, right? But he's interested in the boy inside them. So
this newfound rejuvenance of your
who likes to play basketball and shit, you know.
Yeah. So and then the mom isn't going to give it up. She's going to let the son die off in that old body, and she's going to live forever in his young.
It's like he wants his parents to get back together, you know, but he doesn't want to have to fuck his dad.
How far will one son go to reunite his family? A made-for-Lifetime movie event.
Yeah, I don't know if Lifetime would buy it. But
that's a good pitch. Oprah's network would. You know that shit.
I don't know.
Right on that.
Oprah, you know, Oprah is like she puts herself on the cover too much. I've been told.
Yeah, I can see that. You're not the young gazelle you used to be, honey.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I lost touch with Oprah. Do you watch Oprah?
No, I don't have TV. Haven't had TV since I was a kid. Try and stay away from that shit. I will allegedly torrent a show or two, but I won't watch the commercials. The torrents come commercial free. Yeah. TV's weird. When you don't watch it and then you go to watch it, like you see the ads and stuff, it is a very blatant, like, here is what you will do, and you will like it, and you will give us all of your money in the process. Like, it's a very, very blatant thing, but I don't think people realize it if they are grown up watching it because it's such a subtle thing. But now, like, it's so blatant. It's even podcasting ads. Like I have to fast forward that shit. I will walk across the room and fast forward some fucking podcast ad bullshit.
Yeah, you should be able to avoid it, you know, when you're in the privacy of your own earbuds there, you know. That New York City Crime Report is commercial free, you know. So
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we no advertisers whatsoever. No sponsors will touch us.
That's right. Completely self-funded, not by choice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I sell this T-shirt. You're gonna love this. Hold on, I'm gonna plug this.
You might have to send me one of those.
I didn't even mean it as a plug. I just mean it to like this is the coolest thing ever because I just got these. Look at this logo. These guys called This Is Below came up with these Australian guys. Isn't that awesome?
That's like some professional shit, Pat.
Yeah, I know. I had it made. I didn't just draw it. You know.
I need to get you. Send me one of those, and I'll start recording weed review in it. Start wearing all this fashion.
Dude, hey, give me the address, and it is
Hell
yours.
yeah.
What size do you wear?
I'm a large or an extra large, depending on the cotton material.
Go with extra large.
Let's go extra large. I'm not exercising as much here.
I think you need a large looking at you, but if you know, it's if you're, I don't know if you could grow into it. You know, if things are going that way, I totally understand.
Yeah, she'll shrink it. It'll be fine.
It's probably good to go with the extra large.
That's right.
Yeah,
the next review brought to you by the New York Crime Report.
New York City Crime Report, and it's like please, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. And you know what? That way you don't have to like pause or anything like that. I know you're into advertising in general. I know you think it's a good.
Yeah, no, actually, we were about to take a break so we could all hear from all of our sponsors, all of the same sponsors every other fucking podcast has. You can buy dildos from this jack off, and you can buy books from this jack off. No, we don't do that shit. Can't do it. Won't stand for it.
Now, I very much doubt that a lot of people go around buying dicks and sending
them off to people. You would be surprised how many. We found this website that will anonymously ship like giant 34-inch cardboard dicks. So they're like $10 a piece. So we started shipping dicks to random people. So if you need a dick,
I missed a fucking on-ramp here with the dicks.
If you need a dick shipped, you let me know and we'll get it shipped out. Now there's this kid I used to work with at my old job in Montana was just a fucking cunt. So we would randomly have dicks mailed to his house, and he would take pictures of himself with them like it was a joke and post them on Facebook. So we kept mailing him dicks, and yeah. But yeah, they're this big, like 34-inch cardboard dicks. You can put a message on it. I mean, anything. Ship it.
Yeah. I mean, I would say people would love to get that sent to them, and they could, I don't know what they would do with it. Put it up on the wall? Is that what you do? Or?
Kinda. You could frame it. You could. I mean, really, a dick. There's so many possibilities.
But it's like, is it only the demented ones of us?
I don't know. I feel like any normal person would get that, and it'd be like a slap in the face, shots fired, like burning dog poo on the porch type of thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Our generation sees it, and we're like, nah, that postman had to carry this dick.
Dick.
Yeah, drawing dicks on people's cars and stuff.
Yeah,
our generation, we've done some great things. I'll tell you what. The internet, drawing dicks on stuff. I mean, real cutting edge shit.
I can't really take credit for any of that, except the dicks stuff. I did a little of that. But you know what? We are going in a good direction now. Look what else we did. Legalized gay marriage. Legalized weed. Everybody's more chill now, sort of.
Like
ISIS.
Legalized ISIS. Fuck yeah.
I mean, we got ISIS now, cutting people's heads off. That's pretty cool.
You know, though, if you think about it, that's almost a really good testament to the other side of religious freedom. Are you a religious man, Pat? I should probably ask you that before we start. Religion.
I am God.
Okay, that's good. I feel like ISIS is a good demonstration of that. Like, what happens when you go ahead and let church and state be a thing and let them go and do their stuff, and heads are getting cut off now. So it's a good spectrum to let people see, but it's not, it's not going to keep being good.
See, I wouldn't consider that religious freedom, though. I would consider that religious oppression.
Cutting heads off in the name of your Lord? I'd say it's religious freedom.
I'd say it's religious oppression because those people getting their heads cut off are not submitting to that.
Oh, no, fuck them, though. They're infidels. They're going to hell anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, in those countries, they don't have what you call it.
all because like in the whole thing, like the only one in the end that's supposed to judge you is God. Allah. What? So
That's silly. Anyway,
why the fuck do you have a right to cut my head off? Because you feel that right now it is your job to be God.
to make a point,
Hey, Matt, why is your woman talking so much?
I don't know. I'm working on that.
It's an Islam joke. Take it easy. I know you're a redhead. Take it easy.
It's just a blonde joke. It's fine.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Tell me more about what you feel like ISIS should be doing.
Well, I mean, let's talk about more of the achievements that we've made. You know what I mean? Like we invented a new form of journalism. You know, which is like completely irresponsible and fun.
Yeah, and fast. It's got. If you're not first, then fuck it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you can fix errors later. It's not like we got to reprint these out.
that's true, man. Nowadays, they just like send it out, don't they? Don't worry about that.
And the Mars mission, we're gonna have people killing each other for resources on a whole nother planet. Like, imagine that.
Are there any resources there?
They hope.
They're gonna fight over him just in case.
I feel like the first set of
We
settlers.
don't know yet, but I'm gonna make sure that I get it.
They're going to get there, and all their machines are supposed to have been there for 4 years, generating water and electricity and all that. I feel like that first set's going to get off the thing, and they're going to be like, huh, this shit's all, like, upside down, like, half buried. Like, none of it works. Probably been stripped by all the tweakers living underground in Mars.
Dude, have you ever seen a special or anything on Jonestown?
Yes, actually.
That's exactly what it'll be like.
It will, right? You'll have one person that's going to be like, I'm the leader now, and everyone else can suck this cock and drink some Kool-Aid while you're at it.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, oh, yeah, you're here with your freedom on Mars to work on a work farm, and, you know, like, they'll work people to death, and it's going to suck, but they'll make it sound like it's going to be so idealistic, you know, and great.
I feel like if anything else, too, those people will evolve and eventually make it back to Earth, and then we're gonna have a problem on our hands.
Once they find there's not enough of anything there to sustain their life.
Yeah.
We're really fucked. But like, thank God.
Totally fucked.
We'll be dead is the thing. Like I every time I start projecting about all these problems, like, oh fuck it, dude, that's not gonna happen in my lifetime. So it's really not my.
You know who's worrying about it? People with kids, whose kids have kids, whose kids have kids. See? I'm not worrying about it because I'm going to be dead.
They give a shit in such a negative way, too. People with kids are really annoying like that. You know, like, vote, proposition, whatever. Shut up. Just stop. Do something. Stop caring about this shit.
But then not even that, but using it as a tool for that agenda and being like, well, let's not do this because of my kids or all of the kids. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, that seems good.
Yeah.
But because of the kids, right? Let's not do that.
For the next generation and the generation after.
Meanwhile, let's just wreck all this other shit for them to deal with. It's kind of a joke. Like, aha, well, enjoy Earth. See ya.
I resent any adjustment I have to make for somebody else's children.
Right. You want me to drive an electric car? How about you go fuck yourself, and I'll see you when we're all dead.
Do you guys have pets? Do you have a dog?
Nah. We had a cat back home, but we left it there.
You left it? Back in where? Washington? Or you're in Washington now?
Yeah.
Montana.
Back in Montana.
Oh, man.
She's got a friend, so... You know, it's really shitty to take her from where she is, happy and all that.
It was a stray anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than having a pet.
Work it.
If you get rid of that pet, it's so much easier. Your life just like goes, oh, wow, I'm independent now. I don't have this, like, millstone around my neck where I have to, like, fucking feed it and shit and fucking go outside.
Responsibility and shit. It's like the first Neanderthal that like ate their young and felt that feeling of pure freedom was like, holy shit, this is good. I'm out of here.
It was not only delicious, I don't have to fuck with this thing anymore.
I'm rejuvenated and I'm free.
The first people who did that probably thought that's why we're having these. It's a food source. This is what you're supposed to eat.
We're so self-sufficient. You guys check this out. 9 months later.
And they're like, no, I'm going to let mine grow. If you let it go, it's a bigger meal. You let it go a couple of years, and then it just got out of hand.
If it gets too big, it will eat you. So keep that in mind.
That's what happened. That's when they were like, all right, truce.
Truce, you guys. I won't eat you. You won't eat me. We're cool. Let's go eat that thing over there.
I might beat the shit out of your Honda later, but, you know.
Give me my phone back, Mom. Well, shit, you can find these jokes and a bunch of other ones at this guy's stand-up. You're doing that once a week at Caroline's, you said?
Yeah,
Where?
Mondays at 9, starting on May 4th, and then there's one more we have. It's tomorrow night at 7:30. I doubt anybody will make that one that I'm talking about, but like, yeah, it's a Caroline show. It's called Desperation Tonight, and you can just go to the Caroline's website. It's called Desperation Tonight with Pat Dixon. Follow me on Twitter is a good thing to do too. All that information's on my website. Should I give you that?
Twitter account, sorry.
She's not talking to you then. We have links to all that other stuff too. We'll throw in the show notes for the show and the links to us.
What I'm most proud of is my show about crime, the New York City Crime Report. That's I'm hoping that, you know, like at this point I'm not even looking for fans. I'm looking for customers. You know.
Is that the crowning achievement of Pat Dixon? That's your legacy you're going to leave behind, the New York City Crime Report.
And I'm not on my way out just yet. You know. I mean, I think, but yeah.
Whoa, bud. Whoa.
Yeah, I love it. I really do love it. And I think it's fun, and the people who do like it, they love it, and it's worth it. It's for nothing. It's free, so obviously it's worth it. But you know, like a lot of times you hear news, you go, "That's not going to be interesting." We don't talk about anything that's not interesting. I mean, these are cherry-picked stories. It's only interesting, fun crimes that happen only in New York City. So it's like that scope. You don't have to worry. It all happened far away from you. You know, unless you live here, and then it happened nearby. It's like people can laugh about it here or far away. We've got a lot of fans in Australia, I've noticed. Do you have a lot from Australia?
Yeah, a lot from like the United Arab Emirates and Australia and like Peru. We have a lot of people do a Google search for how to fuck a cow, and they find our site because I did a little SEO stuff back in the day. And we are the #1 Google search for how to fuck a cow. I don't know how long they stay, but they definitely find us.
And so you know how to fuck a cow?
No, but I did know how to make Google think that our article was about fucking a cow, which was by actually writing an article about how to fuck a cow. But yes.
Probably get a lot of traffic off that cow, the cow fuckers out there.
You would be surprised. You would be surprised a whole lot. Most popular thing we've ever done, I can proudly say. Gonna be on my gravestone, probably.
Well, that's your legacy. This is mine.
Google search #1, how to fuck a cow. Pat Dixon, New York City Crime Report. Fuck yeah. Well, hey, if you ever decide to start smoking weed again and you want to come over Washington where it's legal, taste a little freedom, you definitely let us know.
Keep it in mind, man. And next time you're in New York, look me up. You know, I'll definitely comp you guys for some free tickets, and you know, we got a little bit of weed somewhere laying around in New York too.
Yeah, so, I've heard that actually. Actually, a funny story. One of the things from the place I work at made its way somehow, and this was before I started here, to New York. Somehow. Ended up on eBay going for like $120, like one cartridge. I was like, ooh, they weren't very pleased about that. But yes, it's interesting.
Man, I tell you, it's a growth industry. A lot of money to be made.
I tell you, if I come over, I'm gonna bring like a whole case of them. We're gonna find that guy and we're gonna make him $1 million. Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. But all right, Pat Dixon, awesome to have you, man. It was good talking to you. It's good to see you again.
Likewise, man. Thank you.
For sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Cool. And you guys have a great night.